he's about to be happy, he goes to that dark place because he feels he shouldn't have that happiness. That's sad as shit, though. That really is. Um, so he gets a lot done, but his mind still stays on Faith. He wants to know what she's doing. He wants to know what she's thinking. Because the truth of the matter is, she isn't sleeping in. She's in there. Faith is upset because she knew it had to come to an end, but she still felt like they could at least had a conversation about it. Have an adult conversation. Don't just throw me away like that. So she goes up to Jack while they're at the shop, and she asks, what's going on? You're like, because I need to get back to my life. Like, what needs to happen? Do I need to try and lure him out? Like, what do we need to do? And, Jack was just like, listen, hold tight. He's gonna mess up. He will appear. I know this is inconvenient for you, but it will happen. But you don't want to do anything that could jeopardize your safety. Just hold on. He'll make a mistake soon. And she was like, okay, fine, whatever. So Jason gets a call from Gray, and he's like, I couldn't get anyone, any of the A-listers. They're all booked up. He's like, but I can get someone named Lola. But she had told Charlotte. Charlotte is the ex of Jason. And apparently Charlotte had a hard time letting go when Jason broke up with her. With whatever they had. It wasn't a relationship, but I guess them fucking, I guess. So we'll just say situationship. We'll go with that. So Jason doesn't have to deal with her, but he's like, and Gray was like, I'm sorry, man. He's like, no, it's okay. I'll just send the contracts over. I'll have the lawyer do it. It is what it is. I'll deal with it, So he goes downstairs, and guess who's there? Samantha had wanted to go out, and so she brought Faith this emerald dress that matches her eyes and to come out with her. So Faith had told her at the house, she's like, Jason's gonna be mad. And so he walks up to him. They've ordered their drinks. Faith is like, I want to have some fun tonight. So she walks to the dance floor, and she starts dancing. So then Jason goes after her, tells the guy that she's dancing with, she's with me. And the guy was like, well, then keep her on a leash. I was like, rude. That's fucked up. So then Jason tells her, you got my attention. And she's like, I didn't do anything to get your attention. So then he picks her up and he threw her up over his shoulder, took her upstairs to his office, and he fucked the shit out of her. So she told him while they were fucking, she's like, don't fuck me and then run away. And he knew, he had completely fallen in that moment. There was no running from this shit. He was there. So they go back downstairs, and she feels so weird because she feels like everyone knows I just got fucked, So then Jason's dad shows up and wants to speak with his mother, Samantha. So then Jason kind of got in between the two of them and was like, she doesn't want to talk to you. You need to respect her space and da-da-da-da-da. And so then he begged, he pleaded with Samantha, please just give me 5 minutes. No, he was like, please just talk to me. And she goes, 5 minutes. That's it. So, they all go into this little room and talk. And, of course, Jason wanted Faith there with him. And I think Samantha wanted to show her strength to everyone. Because I think what happens is she caves. You know what I mean? So I think she needed that extra oomph around her. And so, yeah, the mother just she told him. She's like, I hear you, but no. This isn't the first time you've done it. This is just who you are. And I don't feel like going through this anymore. I don't feel like feeling bad about myself anymore. I want to let this go. So I'm not coming back. The divorce, we're not putting that off. And he was shocked because he was used to telling her how much he loved her and loved the life they had and all these great things. And that normally suckered her in because unfortunately she really did love this man. But for once, she kind of looked at it. It doesn't really matter how I feel about you. It's clear. Well, his actions have shown her he doesn't love her. He loves being with her sometimes, but he can't give her what it is that she really needs. And so I think she made a great decision. So then the mother moves in with Sienna because she's gonna help out with the baby. Faith and Jason, they work opposite shifts because he's at night, she's early morning day. But they did have a conversation about that, and she feels fine with that. Jack Renault, he was able to find her necklace from a pawn shop that was like right around the corner from where she was staying. Jason takes it to her. Faith kisses him, and then he tells her about Charlotte. And so basically Faith was just like, okay, you still fucking her? Like she's like, listen, we all have a past. I'm not gonna be mad at you because you have an ex. Is that an ex-girlfriend? Like, you have a past. It is what it is. Do you have any intention of being with her again? Like, what is it? He's like, no, nothing like that. She's like, well, then we're fine. And I like that. Pure maturity. I love it. So she goes to lunch. Faith does, with Izzy and Sienna, because they did a little shopping for that big premiere tonight at the club. And so they have a great conversation. She has a fun time with them. But Sienna, she was like, fuck this. What's going on with you and my brother? And Faith, was just kind of like, we're just, it has a time expiration, and we both know that. And once that time comes, we'll go our separate ways. And that's that. And Sienna and different ones, they were saying about how, he's, it really fucked him up, with my parents and with Levi. And she was just like, I'm sure it did. But, he just has to do whatever is best for him. And that's that. So him and the guys have a talk as well about opening night. They got everything ready. Landon and Tanner, they're all like, love isn't for them. Jason's like, because Jason now admits he loves his girl. And so Jason was like, I thought the same thing until, it happened to me. You just got to meet the right woman. And so the performance was a hit. Charlotte ass was staring at Jason like most of the night. So then when Faith goes to the bathroom, Charlotte makes her move. So she comes up to Jason and she's like, oh, you're finally alone. And he's like, yeah, oh, like, pretty much, what do you want? And she's like, I thought you didn't do relationships. And I'm like, boop, hold up. See, this screams pathetic to me. If he told you he didn't do relationships, you know what that means? He doesn't want you. You should be able to accept that. I find that crazy as hell that now you see him with someone and now you want to go, oh, well, I thought you didn't do relationships. He clearly just didn't want you. What do you think this conversation is going to do? Do you think this conversation is going to make him magically want you or think of you? No. So she just, to me, looked pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And when she saw that he just didn't give a fuck, she like made her way, she left. But I thought that was just such a weak thing for her to do. Like, oh my gosh, it's weak. So then, while Faith is in the bathroom, she's coming out, and guess who the fuck is there? Good old Colton. So he's got a knife, and he slaps her and shit, and he's like, I'm going to take you somewhere, and in the morning, you're going to go to the bank, and you're going to get me half of my fucking money. Like, he was, oh my gosh. So she was like, she screamed because she couldn't think of anything else to do. So she screamed. And Jason heard it and he took off of that bathroom. And so his guys would, because they were around as well, they came as well and they helped like apprehend him. Because when he saw that it was Jason and like two other guys, he was like, fuck. And like Tanner, he has like an anger problem. So he might have like got in some licks too on the guy, and he basically sat on the guy until the police got there. So it was a relief because it was like finally it was over. But like Faith was kind of sad because she thought like, oh my gosh, this is the end. So when they go back to the apartment, she takes a shower and everything, but she was honest with him and she told him, she's like, I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, I love you. She's like, but I will respect your wishes, and and I'll let you be. And he's like, so you love me, but you're leaving me. And she said, well, yeah, because that's what you want. He's like, well, that's not what I want. And she's like, huh? So he's like, no, I want to be with you. I love you. Like, no, we need to do this. I can't like leave you. That's not an option for me. So that was super sweet. And they of course have a great fuck, and then we find out in the epilogue that they did get married. Landon and Tanner, they're still kind of like they ain't getting married. Like, love ain't for them. They're happy for Jason, but that ain't the life for them. I think there's some other books in there about them, but I'm okay with that. But that was More Than Sexy. I thought it was a super sweet story. I really did. I love these type of stories. What did you guys think? Drop down in the comment section. Let me know. Go to the discussion board as always, and make sure you like and subscribe. As always, thank you for tuning into the Always Reading Book Club.